that. And you can tell it's like frustration.
Live from the Bush Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
So we got a jump start yesterday on What's Your Beef Wednesday, brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market, as you heard us discussing Arkansas' schedule, which includes the likes of the defending national runner-up, Memphis, who's been one of the best Group of 5 programs in college football the past decade or so, and of course, the SEC slate that is already tough. But sometimes these shows write themselves. Sometimes that you have something happen. So I'm sitting there here in the studio this morning. You walk in, you look up at our Lewis Automotive Group hotline, and Tiger Bait had texted earlier in the in Chuck and Bo. And he's talking about in the last 35
Don't repeat what I said.
He has won, Jalen.
What I actually said.
In the last 35 years, LSU has won 23% of the titles, signed off Tiger Bait.
Bleep you, Tiger Bait.
And that's, again, perfect beef. So the reason I wanted to bring that into this show is because this past weekend, I have a respect level for the LSU baseball program, being that they've won 8 national championships. They have just, again, last 3 coaches have won national championships. Jay Johnson's won 2 in 3 years. To me, like Tennessee, obviously they've come on under Vitello, and their fan base is annoying because you feel like that they didn't know what baseball was till the last 5 years, and then they've all of a sudden feel like they're one of the best baseball programs of all time. But this past weekend, for those that were in Omaha, and I said this weekend, the weekend before and the week, like with LSU, and I have some really good friends that live in Baton Rouge, and they're diehard LSU fans and everything else, and this is not a shot at any of them, but there was an animosity. I get that the teams are competing, and I get that, but some of the stuff that I heard after the game and leading up to the game, I didn't have that like hatred for LSU baseball. And it's like a hatred respect level, but it definitely changed, and there's definitely more beefs with LSU fans than I had leading up to this past weekend in Omaha, 2 weekends ago.
All right, you kind of talked in a circle there. So what's your beef now?
LSU fans.
LSU fans are your beef. All right, so I think LSU baseball fans worse than LSU football fan.
LSU baseball fans are worse than LSU football fans. Why do you think that? Expand.
The arrogance, and listen, they've got eight titles now to back that up. They don't in football. They're just when they come to our ballpark on occasion. They're just more in your face. I think their baseball fans are just a little more aggressive and in your face than their football fans. They're louder. They're drunker. But they've got the hardware to back it up.
Well, that's what Dan in Alma cites. He said, yeah, because they're winning national titles in baseball. They won them in football too, 2003, 2007, and 2019, the last one.
But I like baseball.
Not the consistency of baseball. And that's what, like, we're going to have Richard on coming up here in about 5 minutes. And I mean, that's one of the teams and obviously schools you have to battle with, not only for football recruits but baseball recruits. And I think and I hate obviously what's happened to Greg Brooks, and Joe Fouché. I think about 2 Louisiana kids that came here to Arkansas, had success here in Fayetteville, and then went back home to Baton Rouge. They're like Arkansas kids. They a lot of times they would do whatever it takes to be an LSU Tiger, being Louisiana kids, and Arkansas kids a lot of times that same way. But you can still go into Alabama, Louisiana, Texas, and get some of these 3 stars, the occasional 4-star here and there. But more often than not, they're plucking the 4 stars, the 5 stars. It's very difficult to pull a kid out of the state, and that's something we could talk with RD about here coming up. But plenty of beefs to go around here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday.
And it's brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market. What's going on the grill tonight? Richard's has it for you. The aroma of bacon-wrapped fillets, perfectly flavored gourmet burgers, and fresh kebabs are all there. And this summer, you can feast on the senses of everything. And they've got it all with Their house-made potato salad, which is incredible. The mac and cheese is just as good, plus all the other sides to make your perfect cookout with the perfect menu. 479-443-0000 for Richard's Country Meat Market. Stop in and see it for yourself. Smell it for yourself. 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville and online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
Gavin in Fayetteville, college-wise, the worst fan base is Texas. Those losers throw bottles at players mid-game, and for any pro sport, it's Philadelphia. Every time they win a championship, they burn the city down. JT in Hot Springs thinks they're all awful people this morning. All 15 SEC school fan bases are awful outside of Arkansas. And then Quinn wants to know when did Tiger Bait get out of jail for the parking? Was it parking
on
ticket?
furlough.
Okay.
On furlough.
On parking ticket and everything else. All right. So outside of beefing with Tiger Bait initially when we walked in, what else do you have for us this morning?
Well, I've got maybe a lengthier one on. I rented a car a few weeks back when I was in the Northeast. I picked it up at the Portland, Maine airport. I drove it for 7 days. I returned it to the Portland, Maine airport. Alamo says I did something different. They said I took it to Philadelphia and left it there. And they have charged me $797 additional dollars.
Wow.
Which I do not owe, which I have called them. They said they would get fixed. They have not. So now I'm having to dispute it with my credit card to get this fixed. So my beef is you messed up, and now I've got about 3 hours of my time invested in this that I won't get back. It's a time suck. I don't have time to waste. And when I do, I don't want to waste it on that. So that's my beef this morning. Instead of coming in this morning and finishing this up, I had to deal with an email this morning from American Express. That, hey, we need additional documentation. So I had to write out this dissertation of what actually happened.
Even though it's Alamo.
It said I only had 250 miles in the car. Well, I can't drive from Portland, Maine and spend a week and then get to Philadelphia on 250 miles. Said I turned it in a day earlier than I actually did.
Zach says you're guilty.
Well, it's $800 that's coming out of the Christmas bonus fund. So, I mean, whatever you want to do.
That's just one electric bill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's an electric bill this
Colton.
summer. That's a great point. Yeah.
Great point, Colton.
My point is they're going to get the $800 straightened out. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the 3, 4, 5 hours I'm going to have invested in this that I'll never get back? That I get nothing for.
Disappointed sports fans.
I'll never rent from Alamo again.
Portland, Maine is worth any penny spent. He thinks it's the best food culture in the country. Did you buy
I love downtown Portland. Downtown Portland was awesome.
$27 lobster roll?
Oh, that would have been a bargain.
Really?
Oh, 27 would have been low end. You probably wouldn't want to eat a $27 lobster roll.
Not one of those?
No.
Okay.
No, sir. You want one in the $32 to $40 is kind of what you're going to spend on one.
Okay.
But they are. I had one out on the talking about Cape Cod before the show. We were talking about summer baseball. I had one at a place called the Seafood Shanty, little roadside shack that looked like something out of a movie.
How about
it?
That?
Was unbelievable. You had to eat it with a fork. Had it piled up so high.
Okay. Well, speaking of the,
went to Luke's. Luke's has a good one too.
I was gonna say I don't know any of the. I guess I can add to the list if I don't know if I'm gonna go to Maine anytime soon. But I didn't think I was going to Providence, Rhode Island. We got a chance to go out there.
You should have had a lobster roll there. I mean, that would have been wouldn't have been no problem at all.
There's just a time constraints on various things. But
as you're making your rounds this summer, take us along with you. The Hit That Line Now app is powered by Taco Bell. Whether you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered. It's the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell.
All right, so big night tonight or tomorrow for Duthero, who's going to be taken off the board by some NBA team, you would think, tonight. We're going to talk with Richard Davenport about that and more here in our opening drive.
With the 13th pick in the 1995 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Corliss Williamson. The Boston Celtics select Joe Johnson. The Utah Jazz select Ronnie Brewer from the University of Arkansas. The Chicago Bulls select Bobby Portis. The Golden State Warriors select Moses Moody. With the 6th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Anthony Black from the University of Arkansas.
This is the Morning Rush, and it's time for the opening drive.
All right, we bring in our friend Richard Davenport here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline via Whole Hog Sports and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. RD, so tonight, a dude's going to come off or he's going to come off tomorrow. I know it's a big night for him. It was a big night for Jalen Williams when he was taken 34th overall by Oklahoma City. Big night for Isaiah Joe when he was taken by Philly. And now they're both NBA champions. What have you thought about the track record of Razorbacks for the last 5 years has featured a former Hog in the NBA Finals?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You do. I don't know who put that together. That was a great. I really like that. That brings back memories, and it brings Arkansas fans a lot of pride to hear those guys get drafted, especially so high. But it's going to be a great night, hopefully for him, and like you said, could go in the first. And athletically, he's there for as far as first round. I guess I'm sure there's always questions about guys and their game, regardless of where they're drafted, number 1, number 2, or 3, or 30, or what have you. But I'm sure that there's some things he needs to fine tune. But athletically, he is a first rounder.
Richard, I wonder if you could take us back a few years in the recruitment during Isaiah Joe and Jalen Williams, who both ended up at Arkansas. Both guys, again, obviously Fort Smith Northside Grizzlies. What do you remember about what that was like and how they ended up in Fayetteville, and then just to see them both as NBA champions years later?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It really is. I text Jalen's mom and congratulated her and said I knew she was proud, and she's got a world champion son. Same for Derek about Isaiah. It's pretty special to see that and see how much work went into all that. I always thought, even in high school, that Isaiah had a shot of going to the NBA because of his shooting ability and also his work ethic. His dad did a great job of being a mentor and pushing him when he needed to be pushed. But I don't think he needed to be pushed that much. And then Jalen, I'll be honest with you, I thought, he has a chance to become a good college basketball player, but he's not a high flyer or anything like that. But that's a credit to him to focus on his strengths and develop into the player that he is, and for him to obviously make it to the league. I was pleasantly surprised with his development to be able to play at the highest level. But that just goes to show if you want it bad enough and you're willing to put the work in, you can do it. And those two guys are prime examples of just proud Arkansans who grew up in the state and loved the Razorbacks and went on to the NBA. But you got to give Bill Ingram and the Arkansas Hawks a lot of credit. Obviously, they played for the Arkansas Hawks, and that definitely helped them in their development, because when you're playing against the best of the best around the country on one of the shoe circuits, that definitely helps you and helps your game and know what you're facing as far as other top prospects and the talent level that you'll be facing in college.
And while we're on the subject of just success in the NBA and talk about Jalen and Isaiah, let's not leave Daniel Gafford out, who just inked a 3-year extension, $60 million. Great for him, a kid from El Dorado that, the story goes he was in the band and the coach talked him into trying out, I think maybe his freshman year, and coming out for the basketball team. And not only is he, a mainstay in the NBA now, but a 3-year, $60 million deal.
Yeah, that is a great story, Tommy. Sometimes I forget about that as far as him being in the band. It's just, it's just amazing. I mean, I remember in high school, and I think anybody that has any kind of, eye for talent, which it doesn't take much when you see somebody like him, that he had a chance to go beyond college because of his athleticism and the way he can move and run up and down the floor and obviously just jump through the roof for a guy at 6'11", and then is just so humble. He's a kid who really, sometimes you run into these kids that are highly recruited and highly rated. You get kind of this too cool for school attitude. Daniel, I think he was kind of surprised by all the attention and all the hoopla around him, and he was just very humble about it. And that was kind of refreshing about him. And boy, he loves his mom, and I know he's taking care of her, and you got to be proud for him. It's just it's great to see, and I just hate it because I got renewed, and his contract's just a tad bit bigger than mine.
Mm-hmm. Probably in years and dollars, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a 3-year deal either, so I know what you mean. Richard Davenport with us here on our opening drive here on the Morning Rush. Kind of hitting that dead time in football. Coaches taking vacations. Camps have wound down. Won't be long, and the coaches will be in the office here pretty soon. SEC media days. We're kind of in that 2 or 3 week window here where baseball's over and not much else is going on right now in football.
Yeah, and dead period goes to the end of July.
Yeah.
So the coaches, they have to be 3 days during this time. They have to spend 3 days in the office. They kind of alternate, and one of the assistants is in the office for 3 days, and then they kind of try to pick and choose when they. I know one of the assistants got the first 3 days, and his first today's his last day, so he'll get this out of the way, then he'll be off the rest of the July and June. But it's well deserved and well needed, because the grind of June, of 4 weekends of official visits and having camps during the same time, that's a grind. And then really they haven't had. They did have a week off during spring, but other than that, some staffs take about a week off after the second sign-in period, but Arkansas didn't. So this staff's gone full bore for quite some time, and it's well deserved. And then the grind just restarts, obviously, when fall practice comes. So and really, there won't be any visitors as far as football for the rest of June, July, and August. The first game, that's when you'll start seeing kids get on campus and visit. But for about two months, there's not going to be any kids visiting any school in the country.
Richard Davenport, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. RD, I want to talk about a kid that's on campus, Cam Shanks. He gets named a third-team All-American punt return specialist by Athlon Sports. There's a lot of new faces in that wide receiver room. I think it's the biggest question mark on the team. You haven't necessarily had that consistent go-to punt returner, kick returner since like Joe Adams and Dennis Johnson. What have you made of his impact thus far in spring, and what kind of impact he could have on this season?
Yeah, he's kind of like Joe, elusive, can make the first guy miss, and that's very important when you're a punt returner. And let's face it, when you're Arkansas and you're not going to out talent other teams for the most part. You need a guy like Cam that can, if he doesn't take it to the house, which you'd love to see that, but can he get one for in a key situation late in the game when you only have about a minute left on the clock and you're needing to score? Can he get a 20, 30-yard return or something like that shortens the field and makes the odds of you being able to get that score greater? That's how valuable he is, and hopefully he can do that this year and maybe turn a game towards Arkansas. There were so many games last year, and 50-50 games, that they fell short, and a lot of it was because of turnovers. But you get a guy that can return kicks, and maybe if he returns one for a touchdown, that's one that you're not necessarily expecting. So that gives you an edge, and I think that's something that he gives you.
Richard, we'll leave it there, man. Good stuff as always. We'll chat next week.
All right, guys. See you.
All right, our opening drive brought to you by the Fence Man. If you need a fence now, but you can't pay for it all at once, the Fence Man is offering great financing options. They've served the Fort Smith and greater area, the River Valley area, Northwest Arkansas area for over 40 years, and they now offer 18-month financing. So you could choose your fence for your home or your business. Get it done now, and 18-month financing is available as well. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most fence companies can't. 782-3936 is the number. That's 479-782-3936, or visit thefencemanar.com. The Fenceman, he ain't afraid of no work.
We've got some things to get into in our Hog Update. Arkansas baseball just picked up another commitment. There's 4 baseball players that are going to be a part of the 2025 USA Baseball Collegiate National Team Training Camp, plus some holidays for some former Razorbacks as well. We can talk a little more about Cam Shanks. I know, again, whether it's Athlon Sports, Lindy's, Hootens, you've got all these magazine publications. Phil Steele, who we'll have on in a week or so. All these are coming out, Tommy, and pretty soon people will be reading them, getting ready for this upcoming season.
Yeah, and you can go to the Bet Saracen app and get all the preseason over-under totals on wins. All the preseason numbers are there. Bet Saracen, the official mobile sports betting app of the Morning Rush.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
For decades, the Rebel Crawfish has been a tackle box staple. But now, get ready for the next generation. Introducing the all-new Rebel Matte series of Rebel Crawfish. 4 all-new ultra matte colors that eliminate glare and enhance realism, mimicking a natural crawfish like never before. The same iconic shape and swimming action, but now with a stunning matte finish. Upgrade to the all-new matte series of Rebel Crawfish today at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods, and local tackle shops everywhere. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere.
Since 2009, the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery has provided more than $1 billion in scholarships to thousands of Arkansans just like you. So thanks a billion, Arkansas. If you'd like to apply for the scholarship, simply go to sams.adhe.edu and fill out the information. And just like that, you're applied. The deadline's coming up, so don't forget. Apply now at sams.adhe.edu.
Platinum selling artist Tyler Barr is coming to Harrison, Arkansas at the Creekside Amp this Friday. Tickets on sale now at creeksideamp.com and start at only $20. Tyler Barr with special guest Sadie Bass, along with Chris Luno and the White Buffalo. Tyler Barr live at the Creekside Amp in Harrison this Friday. Get tickets at creeksideamp.com.
All right, let me lock in.
This is the Morning Rush.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Whether you're opening your first checking account, purchasing your first home, saving for your first big vacation, or opening a new business, First Star Bank offers hometown service with the latest in digital banking technology. Our local team makes banking fast, convenient, and easy. From simple everyday banking to helping you fulfill your dreams, our team is here to guide you every step of the way. First Star Bank. We'll be there through all your firsts. Learn more at firststar.bank or stop by one of our local branches today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
TGI Fridays on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith now has meal deals starting at $9.99, which includes an entree, side, and fountain drink. Try their delicious 6-ounce sirloin served with seasoned fries for $15.99. The Bacon Ranch Chicken Sandwich with seasoned fries, $11.99. Chicken Caesar Salad for $10.99 and more. Their meal deals also include tasty chicken fettuccine Alfredo served with garlic breadsticks for $12.99 and a cheeseburger with seasoned fries for only $9.99. TGI Fridays, I-540 and Rogers Avenue, Fort Smith.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. The future of office printing is here with Xerox's Connect Key technology and cloud connectivity. Xerox offers seamless integration, top-notch security, and unmatched efficiency to help your business stay ahead. Don't miss out. Call us today at 783-6600 and ask about our special offer for a free Xerox color printer with many Xerox models. Dixie Digital Imaging, leading the way in office technology.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They are open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts need, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing, and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Adventure doesn't wait, and neither should you. Start your next journey at Arkansas's #1 fifth wheel dealer, Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas. No matter the size of your family or your budget, Wheels RV has a new travel trailer or fifth wheel to help you explore the great outdoors. And with our exclusive lifetime warranty on every new RV, you can hit the open road with peace of mind. Come see us on 412 in Tawnytown or check us out at wheelsrv.net. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those.
7 down.
This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
Everybody whoop it through it.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Just I got nothing but respect for him, and he was instrumental in helping me along in my career, and just a great guy, full of integrity and love for the game, and awesome.
That was former Razorback, #1 draft pick, Jeff Keane, talking about his former coach, Norm DeBryan. And we're going to have a chance to talk with Jeff for the first time. Did he ever come on with you,
I
Derek?
don't remember. And when he was introduced to the crowd and was back this year during the season, I think it was his
first time
back since he played here.
Mm-hmm. So we're excited.
That's kind of amazing, too. I want to ask him about that.
Chatting with him at 10:05 this morning. I know he's really excited to see his former coach selected and soon to be inducted in February of 2026 to the College Baseball Hall of Fame. So good stuff. Keeping the baseball news going, Arkansas did get a commitment yesterday out of Ball State's Dylan Grego. This is a guy that nearly hit 400 last season, first-team All-MAC guy and a defensive team as well. You lost Vahiva Aloy, so you're trying to replace him. Has been with Ball State the last 3 years and is a career over 300 hitter. So Arkansas trying to again bolster their roster. Got a couple pitchers, and now you added an infielder as well.
Good luck. Good luck filling those shoes. But, hey, Arkansas's done well in the portal. Obviously, Dave Van Horn and his staff evaluate talent. But, if you're expecting someone to come in and be another Golden Spikes level, Vahiva Aloy level player, then I think that's those are large shoes to fill.
Yeah, I am curious. We're going to get a chance to talk with Kevin Kopps, I think, tomorrow. And just like Kevin was at a point of his career where he didn't know if he was like going to come back to Arkansas, even wanted back. I remember him talking about it with Matt Hobbs and just that discussion. So obviously, I don't think anyone saw Vahiva becoming the player he became. Did you? Because I didn't. I mean, I saw him last year, and I was like, this is a good player. You glad you got him out of the transfer portal out of Sacramento State. But no one expected him to be one of the best infielders, the best player in college baseball. So you just never is Arkansas going to have another Golden Spikes Award winner in the 2026 season? The odds are against that. But it is surprising to watch the maturation and growth of certain guys that you just not that they come out of the woodworks, but you didn't necessarily expect.
And then the injuries in the infield that forced a complete and total shift and makeover of the infield as well from what you had planned to be doing. It really all 4 spots you had to shuffle the deck a bit.
Yeah. I did see
a lot, not a bit, a lot.
So yesterday we were talking about this before the show. Thunder had their celebration yesterday in Oklahoma City. Here's Jalen Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Jalen. We can see him is here. Hey man, like I said, we was too young. They said Oklahoma should have the team. But guess what?
He's excited like the rest of Thunder Nation. There is the Jalen Williams holiday coming up. Tommy Wall will be at SEC Media Days July 16th. Isaiah Joe is July 18th. So I know now 3 people with Razorback roots that have holidays. Those 2 and you.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Which is August the
Your
what?
own day.
20
something.
Now I have something to shoot for, and that I'm trying to get at some point in my life. But I didn't think that was a cool gesture by the mayor of Oklahoma City, David Holt, to do for a franchise that has a championship, but it was 79 with the Seattle Supersonics. First time it's happening in Oklahoma City, and it's just cool to see 2 Razorbacks and 2 Northside Grizzlies a part of the process.
Absolutely. And hot yesterday. I know it was a weekday, but maybe the crowds weren't what some had expected, but there was still a pretty good number of people that showed up for their parade yesterday.
All right, that is your Hog Update here on What's Your Beef Wednesday. Hog Update, always brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, it is National Catfish Day. What is the proper way to do catfish?
Fried.
Fried?
Not the
golden?
healthiest, but it's the only way.
There's no other way but fried.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually am going to go with blackened.
Blackened's
over at
great.
Over at Touffet.
No one has, you don't go eat that. Hey, let's go out and have some blackened catfish.
Well, that's
that's
fair. All right, I'll pose the same question to our friend David Rath of Rath Mitsubishi. David, what is the proper way to eat catfish?
I probably do fried more often than not, but the blackened ain't bad.
Well,
blackened ain't bad.
It's
better for you.
Kind of situation.
Yeah.
There's no any bad options, is there?
No.
Raw would be
raw
bad.
would be bad. Okay, raw would be.
It
bad.
wouldn't make good sushi.
No, I think that's accurate. Well, speaking of not having any bad options, no bad options right now at Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi. You guys are again running the state sales tax paid promotion when you trade. It's not even just through 4th of July; it's through the Monday of 4th of July weekend. And I know it's kind of an ode to our ancestors back when they feel like they didn't have they had taxation without representation. David,
man, what a segue, dude!
Tried
you
to
do this
tried
for a
to.
living, man. Yeah, no, we're doing that. Yeah, the sales tax paid when you trade promo. That's always a pretty big hit with our customers and everything. So, we're doing that, and bring your old ride in. There's no gotchas, there's no catch. Just bring your old vehicle in. If we've got something to trade with you on, dude, if it's got a VIN number, we can kind of make that work. Right. I mean, we had a guy practically push one in the other day, and it's like, that's you got me on a technicality, but it's a trade-in, man. We got you taken care of. So we, bring your old ride in, and we're going to take care of you on your state sales tax. So you'll have a check in there when you get your title work and everything for us. Go to the DMV, and it takes the sting away from the whole thing. A lot of folks, they have to put off buying a car because they got to do that. It's a headache for a lot of people, and I can't make it where you don't have to go to the DMV. You still got to do that part or register online, I guess. You might. I bet you could do that too. So we got a lot of options there for you, but we're making it as easy as we can.
Both sides of the tunnel, Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith and Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. And a guy that likes blackened or fried catfish, Mr. David Rath. David, enjoy the week, man, and happy 4th of July.
Yeah, you too. Appreciate you guys.
All right, let's get our buddy David Rath of Rath Mitsubishi. Are you going to money in your taxes back? If you're going to?
Oh, no. No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Morning Rush Daily Question.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
For decades, the Rebel Crawfish has been a tackle box staple. But now, get ready for the next generation. Introducing the all-new Rebel Matte series of Rebel Crawfish. 4 all-new ultra matte colors that eliminate glare and enhance realism, mimicking a natural crawfish like never before. The same iconic shape and swimming action, but now with a stunning matte finish. Upgrade to the all-new matte series of Rebel Crawfish today at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods, and local tackle shops everywhere. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere.
Since 2009, the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery has provided more than $1 billion in scholarships to thousands of Arkansans just like you. So thanks a billion, Arkansas. If you'd like to apply for the scholarship, simply go to sams.adhe.edu and fill out the information. And just like that, you're applied. The deadline's coming up, so don't forget. Apply now at sams.adhe.edu.
Platinum selling artist Tyler Barr is coming to Harrison, Arkansas at the Creekside Amp this Friday. Tickets on sale now at creeksideamp.com and start at only $20. Tyler Barr with special guest Sadie Bass, along with Chris Luno and the White Buffalo. Tyler Barr live at the Creekside Amp in Harrison this Friday. Get tickets at creeksideamp.com.
This is the Morning Rush.
Arkansas, 80 yards.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Summer is here, and Gelco Outdoors has the outdoor gear for you. Hiking boots by Salomon, running shoes by Under Armour, fishing shoes by Extra Tough and Under Armour, dry fit fishing and outdoor clothing by AFCO, Ariat, Drake, Hook, and Under Armour. Take advantage of the hot summer deals on summer clothing with buy one, get the second at 50% off. See store for details. For all your summer fishing, Gelco has the gear. Hunters, get ready for bow season. Gelco Outdoors, your one-stop summer store. 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Storm season is here. Is your roof ready? Hey, it's Matt Jones. If the weather has wrecked your roof and you need a roofing company you can trust, call my friends at Patriot Brothers Roofing. They have the #1 certainteed roofing company in Arkansas. They are licensed, bonded, insured, and lifetime River Valley residents located in Van Buren.
Thanks, Matt. We are also the only roofing company in the River Valley that installs a full CertainTeed integrity roof system and registers a 50-year warranty directly with CertainTeed. Patriot Brothers Roofing, because your home deserves only the best.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
A lot of life can happen between sips of Dasani. You know, the life moments, big and small, that are worth getting thirsty for. Like organizing a family movie night under the stars. Or hearing an old favorite song and having an impromptu dance party. Or finding a new dinner recipe that the whole family loves. The crisp, clean taste of Dasani was made for all of life's thirst-worthy moments. Dasani, because life happens between sips.
Hey, Ty Richardson at my favorite place, Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue. And Cricket, we always talk about specials.
We do have awesome lunch specials. Monday through Friday, we've got any small pizza for $7.99. You can also order a salad with it. Great in-and-out special for a quick lunch.
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Cricket, what do you think about Papa's Pub and Pizzeria?
I think it's the best darn pizza in Fort Smith and perhaps the world.
Spring is here, and Alma Tractor and Equipment has 0% financing up to 60 months on all New Holland 50 to 120 horsepower Workmaster and Power Star tractors, or cashback savings through June 30th. Whatever size acreage you have, we have a New Holland tractor for you. Stop by Alma Tractor and Equipment in Alma and take advantage of these great offers today.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's Place in Lowell online at carpathsocial.com.
What's the best way to cool off this summer? It's already getting hot. We went right from spring to the gates of hell in about 2 days. How do you cool off? Yesterday, I come out of the office and we'd had one of those little rain showers, and then the sun popped right out. Like it rained for 10 minutes.
Sticky.
Oh, humid. It's like walking into a sauna. What's the best way to cool off? Is it a cold beer? Is it jumping in the pool? Staying in the air conditioning? What do you do to cool off?
I'm a big proponent of turning on the fan in the house in addition to keeping the house at 70 degrees. Like when that fan is going directly on you, it's nice. I'm not a big, I know I have Morning Rush listeners. I know they do ice baths and stuff like that. I mean, beers.
Well, that's more like rehab. Like, I went and ran a half marathon. I'm going to get an ice bath. I don't think anyone gets in an ice bath to
pretty
cool
simple.
down.
Fan and water.
To me, it's neck deep in the pool with a cold one, with a cold Mick Ultra or cold Bud Light right there on the side of the pool. Just about right here up.
Yeah, cannonballs, preacher seats, can openers, all the jumps into the pool that you can
the last
do.
two you said.
The lake, even the pool can get a little warm though this time of the year. The lake.
It's true. You don't want to swim in bath water. That's worse.
And the lake, as it gets hotter, gets a little bit gross. Honestly.
Are you guys going to just do the river thing this weekend or go to the lake?
I'm going fishing. Well, we'll do both, but this week is about
will you
fishing.
Will you jump in or just explore?
Jump in what?
The lake.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. I didn't know because I'm between the three bodies of water, lake, river, ocean are my rankings. I've just never been a big beach guy.
What about
Ocean's cleaner, seems like.
It is.
The lake, it's too stagnant. I mean, and as it gets hot, it gets that, particularly you get back in a cove that hadn't moved much, it's a little funky.
Like that. Well,
funky.
You dive under and you let
you got to go through the funk to get under.
That's true. B says he cools up by sitting in a lawn chair under the sycamore tree with the flash water nearby.
That doesn't sound cool.
It doesn't. Let's see. Ryan in Prairie Grove says keep calm and farm on, but leave the truck running.
Yeah. We do get a lot of texts from guys that are in their cabs of their tractors doing their work, listening to us with the air conditioning on in the cab. So we do get quite a bit of that.
I had
several of those
Morning Rush listener that told me like his tractor didn't have AC, and I was just thinking to myself, man,
he ain't got a cab, so
that is just that is brutal. All right, what are you doing this summer to cool off? That is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. They are open on July 4th.
Don't get hot. That would be the thing. Just don't get hot.
They are open on July 4th till 7 o'clock and the rest of holiday weekend. I know the heat wave Tommy's talking about is here, so perfect way to cool off is at Cart Pass Social. And climate-controlled air conditioning. You still get to play at your favorite golf courses, ones that you've never played and you don't want to pay for across the country. You can pay per bay at Cart Pass Social. 122 Grant Place in Lowell. Always online at cartpasssocial.com. Again, open through the holiday weekend until 7 o'clock on 4th of July at Cart Pass Social.
Are you a Sam's? You guys Sam's
I used to have a
members?
card. It's just not worth it.
Card carrying.
I tell you what you do. You just go into Sam's, and they got that new area for produce and dairy and stuff back there. You just go stand in there where the milk's at. I mean, it's literally walking into a cooler. That's where they keep all the dairy. I'll just go stand in there for about 10 minutes. And that'll
the beer cooler of a gas station. Like just go to
like the beer cave.
Absolutely,
go to Sody's or somewhere like that, and just walk into the beer cave.
That'll
cool you down.
Ruskins, I remember.
You want to buy anything? No.
No, I just
I'm
want to
just
sit
here
here.
for the air conditioning.
So,
Sir Kraft, why'd you bring your fold-out chair? You got a chair and a bag in there. What are you doing?
Just buy a stick of gum and you can stay there. I remember Ruskin's alma mater, Hardy Academy.
They didn't have a beer cave there.
They didn't,
No,
but
no.
they did have a gym that didn't have AC. And there's two giant fans on both ends of the building. So when you got subbed out of the game, you just walked over and sat in front of the fan for a second. It was the greatest, like 5 or 10 seconds after you're drenched in sweat. It's really hot. I mean, Harding team camp was in the middle of the summer. So it was 90 plus degrees in Searcy every single time we went. But that's kind of one of the experiences I remember.
What's your beef Wednesday? Maybe it's the heat right now is one of your beefs. It's brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market. Get outdoors, do some grilling right now. The aroma of a bacon wrap filet. I think it's burger grilling time. Get some of them gourmet burgers, house-made sausages, some of those big quarter-pound franks. They do their own hot dogs there. You can find them all and have a feast for the whole family at Richard's Country Meat Market. 479-443-0000. Plus, they have all the sides that you need as well. It's all at Richard's Country Meat Market. It's What's Your Beef Wednesday, brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market, or go to richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
All right, so you opened the season on August the 30th against Alabama A&M. Colton did a good job asking ChatGPT the first 6 games of the Razorback season, which is Alabama A&M, Arkansas State and Little Rock. You got Ole Miss in Oxford, Memphis in the Liberty Bowl, Notre Dame at home, and again Tennessee on the road. What outcome do you want to hear first from our friends at ChatGPT of the first 6 games?
I guess Alabama A&M is
Alabama,
the first
all right,
one.
let's hear it.
Game 1 versus Alabama A&M on August 30th. Win. A straightforward opener. FCS opponent. Razorback roster superior in physicality and depth. Expect starters to play one half, backups to gain valuable reps. Come on, dog. This is a warm-up.
That's better analysis than you give. Why do we need you? We can just type it. We can just type this crap in.
I can put thousands of hours of his voice into the system that we have saved, Tommy, and I can
Yeah,
replace
but
him tomorrow.
But do they take them out of context, mispronounce the words, and use the wrong tense?
You know, I heard.
Do they do all that.
Here's what we're going to do
appropriately?
from now, and I heard Derek say this the other day. I'm going to ask you when I stumble on a word or I'm not 100% sure the definition, before I actually say it, I'm going to ask you it. So if it's right, I can continue on. If it's wrong, you can steer me another way. All right. Next.
We only have 2 hours now.
Yeah. Takes a while.
We only have 2 hours a day.
Arkansas State. Let's hear the outcome against the Red
boy.
Wolves. Here we go.
Game 2.
Whoa.
Arkansas State
What did you
on
just say? Did you say Rebels or Red
Wolves?
Okay, I think you kind of moved through. I heard Rebels. I'm sorry. Carry on.
You want me to call them the Indians?
No,
Okay.
I thought you called them Rebels.
Arkansas State on September 6th in Little Rock. Yippee. Win. Reason. While emotionally charged, Arkansas still holds recruitment and talent advantages. Talon and company roll, and there won't be an embarrassing press conference on Monday.
Oh my God!
By the way,
AI there, my old buddy Chat, it wouldn't take till Monday.
Yeah. Congratulations, Taylor Green. Just got engaged. So outside of football, that's something I know personally him that he's really pumped about.
And he's in, I guess, going down to the Manning Passing Academy. He's going to be a camp counselor down there.
Yeah,
So.
we're going to talk with Archie Manning on Friday about that. So really excited about that. All right, do we want to hear the outcome for Ole Miss too?
Yep.
Okay, let's hear it.
Game 3 at Ole Miss on September 13th. Tough freaking loss. Ole Miss returns a top-tier offense under Lane Kiffin. They stole lots of your guys and showed no remorse. Arkansas secondary will be tested, especially on the road, where they haven't won in Oxford since 2017.
Yeah. Here's the deal. Jackson Dart's not there. They got a new QB in Austin Simmons. They did lose a lot off last year's team, but they did pluck Chris Pupal a couple years ago. Now they've got Jalen Braxton, Luke Haz, and Patrick Kudus. So this is a personal game for Arkansas. And not that it hasn't been before, because it's Arkansas Ole Miss and the campuses are, 5 hours apart?
All right, so tell me we bounce back against Memphis. Come on, man.
Game 4 at Memphis on
please.
September 20th. Bounce back W. Memphis may challenge with tempo, but Arkansas, bolstered up front and with quality backups, should control the trenches and win comfortably. Catholics up next.
Comfortable. Catholics up next. So I know Zach Arns will be sporting his Catholics versus Convent shirt when Miami and Notre Dame play. How does it go between Arkansas and Notre Dame? Let's find out.
Game 5 versus Notre Dame on September 27th. No shot. Big L. The boys come out hot, but depth and skill just paves the way. Probably doesn't help that we can't see with the midday sun gleaming off their stupid helmets.
I have gotten a text from Zach like every week about Jeremiah Love or that defensive line or whatever else. I hope Arkansas wins, but it is.
Would you give up a loss to Memphis and Ole Miss just to beat Notre Dame?
For the sake of our radio station? Absolutely.
Yes, just for our internal working.
As much as I hate Ole Miss football at times because they've gotten the better of you. But yes. All right, final game of the first half, the stretch. Tennessee Volunteers, first true SEC road game. How's it go, Chat DBT?
Game 6 at Tennessee on October 11th. Rocky flop. L. Difficult environment at Neyland Stadium compounds issues defensively. They want blood from last year where you stumbled into a win.
Here's the deal. You beat Tennessee, 4 straight times? You beat them last year. You beat them with Jeremy Pruitt. You beat them Josh Dobbs. And then you beat them, I think, game day 2006. I think that's the last 4 times, if I remember right, that you played them. It's either 4 or 5 or 4 straight. So maybe.
I know you beat them in 15 over there. I'd have to look that up. You may be right on that. It seems like you played them more than that. But
Neyland Stadium. You hadn't been there in a minute. Hopefully Arkansas
10 years.
Been
10 years.
Hopefully Arkansas can get it done.
All right, save those. Colton, save those, and then I want to compare in 65 days. We'll go week to week as we go and see. Hey, did Chat get it right in June? So, and then maybe we check in with Chat again, in another 30 days, see if Chat's got a different opinion when nothing has happened. So, interesting. We'll see how good AI is this football season. Brought to you by Valley Family Dental, formerly known as Riley Farm Dental. They're at the entrance to Riley Farms. They provide every type of dental care and procedure that you and your family may need, including the new Snore Guard. I'll tell you about that in a second. Dr. Sparkman, Dr. Farmer, Dr. Blaine Van Nice can get it all done, work with your insurance company. And if you need something to help eliminate the snoring, maybe help you breathe better at night, the Snore Guard can help you do that as well and work through your sleep apnea. Mention you heard it here on the Morning Rush. Get $300 off your Snore Guard. 479-226-3500 for an appointment. 479-226-3500 or go to valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
And on the subject of the schedule here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday, I'm not going to ever get on these airwaves here in the next few months and tell you we're going to win 10 games. It's not going to happen. But I also...
And how many years? Oh, you mean 1 year.
Okay. But I also got mad talking with some Arkansas fans in Omaha that think this team going 2-10. It's like, we're not even 2 months out, and you're doom and gloom already. I mean, there's a difference between like saying that they're going to win 10 games, but thinking this team's going to go 2-10 is also laughable too. Oh, that's a little beef of mine this morning. It's just that, like, at least give them a chance before you completely write them off this season.
You talking to Ruskin or are you talking to Zach on that one?
It wasn't even them. It was Arkansas fans I talked to in Omaha. It was wild.
Talk about cooling off. Maybe you want to eat a little bit lighter. Arts Barbecue, Burgers, and More has some great options here on these hot summer days. I think the club sandwich over there is wonderful. It's piled high with their smoked turkey and smoked beef, a little lighter option. The salads there are incredible. You can get the pulled pork, brisket. You can get grilled or smoked chicken on there as well. So they got a lot of options. And I think their best salads, maybe the cheeseburger salad, where they take their cheeseburger patties, chop them up, put them on top of a salad. Absolutely awesome. Arts Barbecue, Burgers, and More. Rogers Avenue next to Buddy's in Fort Smith.
Jeff Keane joins us in Hour 2.
For decades, the Rebel Crawfish has been a tackle box staple. But now, get ready for the next generation. Introducing the all-new Rebel Matte series of Rebel Crawfish. 4 all-new ultra matte colors that eliminate glare and enhance realism, mimicking a natural crawfish like never before. The same iconic shape and swimming action, but now with a stunning matte finish. Upgrade to the all-new matte series of Rebel Crawfish today at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods, and local tackle shops everywhere. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere.
Since 2009, the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery has provided more than $1 billion in scholarships to thousands of Arkansans just like you. So thanks a billion, Arkansas. If you'd like to apply for the scholarship, simply go to sams.adhe.edu and fill out the information. And just like that, you're applied. The deadline's coming up, so don't forget. Apply now at sams.adhe.edu.
Platinum selling artist Tyler Barr is coming to Harrison, Arkansas at the Creekside Amp this Friday. Tickets on sale now at creeksideamp.com and start at only $20. Tyler Farr with special guest Sadie Bass, along with Chris Luno and the White Buffalo. Tyler Farr live at the Creekside Amp in Harrison this Friday. Get tickets at creeksideamp.com.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
I have enough trouble deciding what's for lunch. Imagine how stressed I was during the home buying process. Thankfully, Jeff Marks at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, took the reins.
That's right, Ty. Buying or selling a home is the biggest financial decision you'll ever make. I have years of experience and proven expertise that help guide you through the process.
All my female friends love my house. I'm not kidding either.
Trust me like Ty did to guide you through every step of the way. Call me, Jeff Marks, at 479-414-1193. Big decisions, simple solutions.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a store card. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
When you need tough and paint just isn't enough, check out River City Coatings in Van Buren. When it comes to your metals, paint can peel and crack over time. Whether it's your patio furniture, rims or trims on your automobile, or heavy equipment, no one has time for a redo. Powder coating provides the toughness you need. Preserve your investment with powder coating from River City Coatings. River City Coatings, certified John Deere, Caterpillar, ISO 9001, Packer, and UL provider of tough. River City Coatings, 471-7675 or online at rivercitycoatings.com.
Whether you're opening your first checking account, purchasing your first home, saving for your first big vacation, or opening a new business, First Star Bank offers hometown service with the latest in digital banking technology. Our local team makes banking fast, convenient, and easy. From simple everyday banking to helping you fulfill your dreams, our team is here to guide you every step of the way. First Star Bank. We'll be there through all your firsts. Learn more at firststar.bank or stop by one of our local branches today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Do you want a fireworks display that will have your kids thinking you're the coolest parent in town? Then listen up. Hey, this is Coach Olenek, but you can call me Doug. I'm one of the co-founders of Fat Boys Fireworks in Van Buren, along with my friend Dwayne Froud. We have the largest kids table in the area with all the novelty kid stuff. Come see what we mean at 5524 Highway 59 North in Figure 5, Arkansas. People tell us all the time, I wish I would have come to Fat Boys first. Fireworks.
Oh, look, fireworks! ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, plenty of sunshine. There's a slight chance of seeing a shower. Thunderstorm or high temperatures into the low 90s. Mainly clear, low 70s tonight, and then Thursday, sunshine, low 90s. Friday, we're back to sunny skies and a high in the low to mid 90s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Cop CDL Academy. Call them today at 479-632-1050. Cop CDL Academy, expanding horizons.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 66 days. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
I don't have a timeline of who authorized these games, Memphis and Notre Dame, in the same year, but I'm not saying they need to be put down.
Listen,
but
we shouldn't be scared of Memphis. I'm not saying your concern's invalid, but that tells you where the program's at.
This was 15 years ago. If I saw Memphis on their schedule under Bobby Petrino and we're going to the Liberty Bowl, I'm like, let's go. Let's go kick their ass. We're not like that in 2025. I wish we had Missouri or Ole Miss's schedule. And it was cupcakes and then the SEC, that schedule, they got divvy out. But we have like one of the toughest schedules in college football this year. And we will be lucky to win 6 games based on that. And you can tell it's like frustration.
Home steals your joy like a thief. What brought you grief? To fight it for relief. Tell us your belief. Tell us what's your beef.
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
You know, I'm excited about this hour for a couple reasons. First and foremost, get to spend another one with you two gentlemen. I know you always...
The highlight of your day, I'm sure.
I would say that. But in addition to that, Jeff Keane, Razorback legend, one of the best all-time to play baseball here at the University of Arkansas, is going to join us in about 5 minutes. His coach recently selected, Coach DeBryan, for the College Baseball Hall of Fame. It's still shocking. I know I've said this a few times this week, but that you only have 2 Razorbacks, one that's been inducted, one that's going to be come February of 2026, with this historic and as dominant at times as your baseball program has been. There's just 2. And I realize that there's been...
the Hall's not that old. I mean...
Because it was... Yeah, I was like...
18 years old.
Yeah.
But 2008, I think, is when it was formed. Something like... I mean, it's... Point is that this isn't, this doesn't go back to the 50s. They go back to the 30s. College Baseball Hall of Fame is a baby compared to all the other halls of fame.
Mm-hmm. A little different. So
Takes a little time to get caught up.
Yeah, and DBH will be in it whenever he hangs it up a couple years after the fact. So that'll be at least a one other edition. What is your beef this Wednesday? If you got one before we talk to Mr. Keene, you can jump in here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Chase in Fort Smith, Tommy, is he feels like Arkansas is the longest interim coach in college football history. I have wondered, and I know what Sam Pittman says publicly, and I know what Hunter Yurchek says publicly, but the consistency of having a coach when you feel like your job is on the line. And I guess that's like every college football coach in the SEC. And I know Hugh Freeze and Billy Napier, and there's another coach or two that having to deal with the pressure of they might be out after this year. But, I mean, that can't be easy, right?
Yeah.
That consistent stress and everything else and texts like that. Right?
Well, you make $5 or $6 million bucks a year. How stressed would you be if you had $6 million a year and a buyout?
That's fair.
I mean, you want to win. I get it. What's your beef Wednesday? Fair beef, but don't have a lot of sympathy for guys making $5+ million a year. Hey, what's going on the grill tonight? Richard's Country Meat Market can get you all lined up. Call them today. Call them this morning. They'll have it ready for your curbside pickup for your drive home, and you can go home and fire up the grill and get ready to go. Or maybe you're getting ready for 4th of July weekend, and you need all the groceries for that. 479-443-0000. Prime beef cuts, also great seafood as well, and they got delicious sides for your feast. Plus, they do house-made gourmet burgers, sausages, hot dogs, and more. 479-443-0000 for Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville.
So Jeff was drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates. I know Phil was a fan from back in the day. I know how excited he was that Jeff was coming back to the University of Arkansas. And we'll talk with him about that. But another Pittsburgh story that's been making waves here in the last 24 hours or so is this announcement from Aaron Rodgers.
Pretty sure this is it. That's why we just did a 1-year deal. Steelers didn't need to, put any extra years on that or anything. So, this was really about finishing with a lot of love and fun and peace for the career that I've had. I mean, I played 20 freaking years. It's been a long run, and I've enjoyed it. And what better place to finish than in one of the cornerstone franchises of the NFL.
I've seen mixed opinions on this, Tommy. Like in one light, you can think he's going to give it his all in his final year, and in another, it's like, well, it's he's just treating it as early retirement. Where do you stand on this?
Do you believe anything Aaron Rodgers says when it comes to his future, what he's going to do? I mean, I don't know what
change his mind.
Exactly. I mean, that's been the track record. Honestly, I hope he wins the Super Bowl, so he can ride off into the sunset. You know, he's had a good enough career.
Phil would be
deserves that, but you know, I don't know if the Steelers can do it. All right, Jeff King in just a moment. Razorback legend, #1 draft pick. Only one that can say that that came out of the University of Arkansas. We're brought to you by Farm Credit. 25 locations around our state. Go to myaglender.com to find one near you. That's myaglender.com. If you're thinking about sprucing up your existing home or maybe building a brand new one from ground up, Farm Credit can walk you through all of the financing options to make it just right for you. That's myaglender.com, myaglender.com, or stop by Farm Credit's 25 locations, any of them today. Farm Credit, equal housing lender, member
I'm proud to
FDIC.
announce in February we will have our second inductee, Coach Norm DeBrey.
Hi, we bring in Jeff Keen, Razorback legend, all-time great here in the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. And Jeff, that was Kevin Trainer with Arkansas Athletics announcing that your former coach is going to join you in the College Baseball Hall of Fame. And I wonder if you could just detail and characterize for audience how important your relationship with then was for with Coach and how it still is today.
Yeah, nothing but super fond memories of Coach DeBryan. I probably got to know him now better than I did when I played there, but he's just a wonderful guy, wonderful baseball guy, caring, been a good friend, good supporter to me, and I'm just so happy for him.
I think one of the things that I think I've heard Coach say, and I've heard others say about you is, and I think you've said it yourself, is you kind of like to fly under the radar a little bit. You don't necessarily like to be the center of attention. You came in as a true freshman, and you got to play right away. Jeff, how did you kind of balance that, not only here in Fayetteville, but also when you got to the majors and played over a decade?
Well, you know, I've had more time. Not more time. I probably reflected on my time at Fayetteville more in the last year or two than I did since I left, just with being honored, being inducted into the Hall of Fame and different things. And it's just crazy. I mean, I can say confidently it was just a divine appointment that brought me to Fayetteville, and you know, it was the right place for me. And I've got to give the coaches a lot of credit. And Norm gave me a chance to play as a freshman, and I did. I don't have any idea if that's the norm or not. Looking back, I've wondered about that, but you know, to be in a place where the coaches put the best guy out on the field and gave me an opportunity to compete, and you know, what more can I say? You know, it was a great experience there, and great coaches, great place for me, and Norm's a great guy, and I just, like I said earlier, couldn't be more happy for him.
Jeff, I was at the game where they brought you out and introduced you to the crowd and called the Hogs against Texas. And they said on the public address it was your first time back in Fayetteville since '86 when you played. Is that accurate? And B, why such a lengthy time between trips to Fayetteville?
Yes, that is true. The first time back since I left, and all I can say, you know, life happens. You know, you go off and you play and you get married and you have kids, and, you know, it's not like it's on the way to a whole lot over the years. And always had wanted to get back there, and I'm glad I took that opportunity to come back. Brought back a lot of great memories, saw Norm again, and, of course, the players that I played with back in '85, and it was great. Like I said, it was a perfect place for me, and I'm not sure. Looking back, I could have picked even where Arkansas.
We lose Jeff? There you are. We lost that. Yeah, we got you here now. We lost the tail end of what you had to say there.
Yeah, I was just saying it's just crazy. I looking back, I probably couldn't have found Arkansas on a map, or let alone Fayetteville, and didn't know what a Razorback was. And just like I said, it was just just a God thing, really.
So I can only imagine someone that hadn't been in Fayetteville since 1986, been on the campus. The place where you played, George Cole Field, is now a parking deck. I mean, just driving up Razorback Road from MLK up to the football stadium. What were your thoughts as you saw just how the campus has evolved, and as your first look ever at Baum Walker Stadium?
Oh yeah, the new field is just crazy how nice it is. That's probably the nicest facility I've played at, including the major leagues. Yeah, I did. I was with a friend, and we made sure to drive by the old field, and I guess really what went through my mind was kind of takes me back to 10 years ago. I grew up in Colorado Springs, and I hadn't been back there forever, and we were driving through there, and I was just carrying on about how it's being built up, and look at this and look at that, and my wife said, well, a lot can happen in a quarter of a century. So that's the first time I felt old, and going back to Fayetteville was a similar experience. It was hard to recognize anything, so it's a great, but it was fun. Like I said, super happy to go back.
Former Razorback All-American third baseman Jeff Keane with us here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Jeff, you mentioned life kind of gets in the way of sorts. You've had a few kids and grandkids since then. I think are you still working on the cattle ranch? Kind of catch up to date on your personal life.
Okay, yeah. Well, I sold the cattle ranch, and we live in Whitefish, Montana now, and I've got a lot of the kids have moved up here, and I've got 8 grandkids so far, and so that keeps me somewhat busy, but I'm always looking for stuff to do. I like to stay busy, but semi-retired, I guess.
Good for you. Sounds like you're doing the things that you love and enjoy each and every day. That's awesome. So when we reflect and we're talking with Jeff King about Norm DeBryan elected, and we'll go into the College Baseball Hall of Fame. Any good Norm stories? We've had Scott Tabor's a good buddy of ours, comes on. He's always good for a Norm story. You got any good Norm DeBryan stories that when people ask you about him that come right to mind?
To be honest with you, probably not. And I haven't. Not many people I know know who Norm DeBryan is, but he was kind of a no nonsense guy. But getting to know him, with a big heart, and he put baseball on the map and in Fayetteville, and was there for I think 30 some years.
Yeah,
and so congratulations to Norm, and like I said, just so proud of him, and congratulations.
But Jeff, tell us about the '85 team. You referenced them earlier. I know that's 40 years ago. It's one of the best teams in Razorback history. What do you remember about that team?
Well, that brought back memories of watching or kind of following the team this year, and to see what happened in the World Series. And I think that something similar happened to us when we were there. We had an unbelievable team. We all thought we could win the national title, and as I remember, right, we kind of gave away the game. We got beat by Texas, but we kind of gave that away, and Mississippi State beat us also, and I think we kind of shot ourselves in the foot there too. So we didn't win it, but kind of the same situation looked to me like as what happened this year.
I wonder as you look back, Razorback wise, and Tommy was just talking about the differences and stuff, and I know you're really excited to catch up with Coach DeBryan. You mentioned your relationship has grown the last few years. I mean, teammates, do you still chat with teammates from time to time? Obviously, you got to see some of them when the reunion of the '85 team. Have you caught up with them since you got to see them for the first time in a while?
No, I haven't. And yeah, that was the first time I'd seen most of them. Although my best friend and roommate, Doyle Wilson, it was sure fun to catch up with him. I think I saw him 6 or 8 years ago, but no, like I said, when being in Montana, you're not close to a whole lot, and but it was sure fun being there and seeing guys. It was kind of a weird thing too. I think I was. My flight from Montana to Fayetteville, I had a layover in Denver, and I was getting ready to board the flight to Fayetteville in Denver, and this old guy came up to me and started talking kind of weird. It was just so weird, but until I remembered, finally, this was one of our pitchers, Pat Rice. And I had seen him, so you can imagine how weird it was, I'm sure, for both of us. 40 years later, we're all old men now, so
look a little different.
Crazy.
Look a little different from 85 to 2025, right, Jeff?
That's right.
Jeff, last thing before we let you go, you mentioned Whitefish, Montana. There's plenty of great places to fish. What you mentioned being semi-retired. What outside of family? What takes up your time in Whitefish, Montana?
Oh, I've had a few little building projects. Built a little guest house on our property, and kind of for overflow family and friends. And then I thought, well, I'll try to Airbnb it, and people really love it. So that kind of keeps me a little busy. I just bought an old fixer-upper and don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm going to work down there trying to rehab that. So
now, hang on. When you say do the work, are you talking like you got the hammer in your hands? You're doing the work?
Oh yeah, I'm a blue collar guy. I figured I just like to be busy and work, and that's when I feel the best.
Well, me and Ty lease screwdrivers, so I mean, so I don't think we'd be much assistance to you. So.
A little difference. A little difference there. Well, Jeff,
it sounds lovely, and we appreciate you being with us. I know it's an honor for you to be the first Razorback inducted in the Hall of Fame, and now have your coach that's going to join you early next year.
Yeah, great. Congrats, Norm.
All right, Jeff King, #1 overall pick, Arkansas Razorbacks. Member of the '85 team and one of the legends in Razorback baseball. Appreciate your time this morning. Always good to catch up with him, and probably a guy our fan base hasn't heard. Hadn't done a lot of these type of conversations, and back in Fayetteville for the first time this year since
he's college. Because he's working.
He's flipping homes. He's flipping houses.
That doesn't sound semi-retired to me.
No.
We have a different. We have a different vantage point of what my semi-retirement is going to look like.
I thought he was going to tell me about fly fishing or something like that up there. Hey, speaking of fishing, Pratco's got all the brands that you need in one place called LureNet.com. Whether it's Yum, Rebel, Booyah, and a whole lot more. They're all on one exclusive website where you can find baits and deals and things you won't find anywhere else. Plus, if you order $35 or more, they'll ship it to you for free in the U.S. So check it all out for yourself and your buddies and load up the tackle box. That's LureNet.com, LureNet.com.
If you caught the tail end of that, it will be in our Bud Light Morning Rush podcast, and you can always listen back to it on YouTube, Facebook, X, and Twitch as well, which you can listen to any of our content. Chuck and Bo, Morning Rush, Halftime, Ruskin and Zach on there. I think what stood out to me is what you just heard. It's kind of the same, like, accurate depiction of sometimes that we talk about, like this, not just this team that just their season just ended, but he hadn't seen some of his teammates in nearly 4 decades. And we just assume that there's get-togethers and everything else, but it's not always reality.
What were we talking about following the Tennessee series and Arkansas winning, and how Tennessee spent more time on the field in sorrow and disappointment, but hugging and embracing and consoling each other. Same way Arkansas was doing and collecting dirt from the infield of Charles Schwab, and a lot of the same embraces that all occurred following the LSU loss. Why? Because that group of people will never be together again intact. And Jeff King just talked about that. It's been 40 years since he was in Fayetteville. He ran into a teammate in the airport, and they had to remember each. I mean, life happens, like he said. You get married, you have kids, you have careers, you move again. You get divorced, you move again. I mean, you have more kids, you have more grandkids, you get a new job. And not everyone in the world's tied together to a championship team. And then how many years? I mean, we saw in basketball how many years it took for Arkansas to have a national championship team honored. Much less a conference title team in baseball.
Or the 90 team that was just honored.
Right. I mean, so
Coach Richardson's first Final Four squad.
These things don't just come together on their own.
Mm-hmm.
So, you assume everybody gets together. You may have a text group, you may have whatever, but people unfortunately die and leave us.
Christian.
So, you don't ever take it for granted because it's a fact. When a season's over, that group of people will never be together again.
I was talking with Tabor about this yesterday, and I don't want to get morbid or anything on that, but the Pete Rose thing's different, but you don't want legends in any sport not to actually see themselves get in the Hall of Fame. So Norm obviously got to take in the announcement that Kevin gave this week.
Yeah.
He's not passed away. I don't understand the philosophy of, hey, you have to wait X number of years past someone's playing career or coaching career, because sometimes they don't make it that well.
Sometimes they don't, but oftentimes the players themselves, they retire at a fairly young and healthy age. So I hear what you're saying. I think the 5-year waiting period in some sports, it does work for coaches. It doesn't now. This baseball Hall of Fame deal, college baseball Hall of Fame, it's a whole different animal because it's so new. There's a huge backlog, but they got to figure out how to maybe resolve some of that. But Jeff King is a guy that's got to be there. Norm DeBryan is as well, and Dave Van Horn will be at some point too. Absolutely. Hey, a quick word for APAC and Standard Materials Group. If you got a price, said like Jeff King could use someone like APAC and Standard Materials Group. Needs ready-mix concrete, needs asphalt, needs rock, needs sand, all the aggregates to get a job done, and maybe some expert advice to get it done right, on time, on budget, with all the transportation you might need, logistics, maybe surveying, drone capabilities as well. The list goes on of all the engineering and advice that they can give you with APAC and Standard Materials Group. Smart people. 479-587-3300 is their number. 479-587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group.
I know you love obscure holidays like National Leon Day, which is
Did you say Leon Day?
Yeah, Leon Day. 6 months away from Christmas Day. It's Noel spelled backwards.
Oh.
It's a way you can celebrate the winter holiday in summer.
I have never heard of Leon Day.
I hadn't either until I got an email about it last night, and they make up holidays for anything nowadays.
Yep.
But I guess you can get your Christmas list started. 6 months from now, it'll be Christmas Day.
Okay. I was looking up, one thing I would like to do for Christmas is maybe, Arkansas plays Houston up there. That's a Saturday game.
In Brooklyn.
Yeah, that kind of makes it tough because then you got to travel back before Christmas. I wish there was a way to compress that.
The Tech game's the 20th. That game's the 13th. Do I have that right?
I think the game at Barclays is the 20th.
Okay, so I flipped that. Tech game's the 13th, and the Houston game's either of those. The Dallas trip's going to be easy. One, you got a lot of residents already that are Arkansas fans in Dallas. Two, it's an easy drive for a lot of folks. But based on
New York's a different animal.
Yeah, based on the attendance, though,
for a lot of reasons.
You did LaGuardia. You did Exonate LaGuardia, right?
Yeah, I mean, that ain't the problem. That's the easy part. But I mean, getting back
shopping.
home, just hotels are expensive. The food's it's just New York. I mean, it's always been that way. But that'd be a cool Christmas experience. My kids are getting to the point now. They're probably still gonna get gifts and something, but memories, going and doing something. That to me, that'd be a fun trip. Just to you could swing it, take them up there, let them ice skate at Rockefeller. Go to a game at Barclays. It's not the same as MSG, but it's still the Razorbacks in New York City.
I got an idea, and this would be a goodwill gesture on your part. How about you get Colton, his wife, and his future son an early Christmas gift and send him up there?
Beautiful. Always wanted to go.
Yeah. So you're going to stay here while we go? Because somebody's got to run the board.
That's fine. I mean, I've been in New York already. I'll let you guys.
So that we'll do that together. So that'd be your Christmas bonus. We'll just use ours to reward Colton. Is that what
Yeah,
you
you're
want to
just gonna have to double my other bonus.
Yeah.
It works out. let it
you
all even out.
suggested. I'm assuming you're willing to chip in on that.
Yeah. I got to work out the check-ins, my savings. It's a whole complicated process. All right, we'll get into our SEC update.
Start a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of basketball, they did put out these recent numbers for SEC basketball coaches ranked in the NCAA tournament. Who's the best SEC basketball coach? Is it Todd Golden? Is it Nate Oates? Bruce Pearl? Is it the guy that's on your campus? We'll jump into that next.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
Evan Cohen here. When you're on a business trip, you know what goes completely off the rails? Your workout routine, especially when you book a hotel that doesn't have a gym. Then you have to squeeze in between the desk and your bed, eke out 2 push-ups, and call it a day. If you just stay at La Quinta by Wyndham, you'll discover their fully equipped fitness center at every location. Now you can wake up and do some weightlifting to prepare you to carry your team on your back all day. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you shine. Book direct at lq.com.
This is the Morning Rush.
Somebody get him a plane ticket for New York City. Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV with hands-free driving assistance and go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $900 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Ignorant when it comes to a lot of topics. Thankfully, I listened to my friend's advice on the housing market and called Jeff Marks at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. Jeff made the process smoother than Mama's gravy.
Ty, you got to throw in some homemade biscuits with that gravy and a great local real estate professional to guide you down the right path. One of the keys is knowing what to do and certainly what not to do.
You communicated and were transparent throughout the process.
Ty, like you, anyone can call me, Jeff Marks, at 479-414-1193. For your big decisions, I have simple solutions.
Fords Grid Incorporated, a company known for paying top wages and benefits, has immediate openings for equipment operators, pipe layers, concrete finishers, and laborers. For nearly 90 years, Fords Grid has built the foundations of the River Valley, and now you can become a part of that legacy. Apply now from any device at GoFordsGrid.com. That's GoFordsGrid.com. Do you finally want to get paid well for your work? Do you want to work for a company that treats you like family? Apply now at GoFordsGrid.com. Fords Grid Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They are open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts need, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
Since 1992, the Inn at the Mill has welcomed guests to experience the most unique place to stay when visiting Northwest Arkansas. Centrally located at the Johnson exit off I-49, the Inn at the Mill has established a rich tradition of comfort, convenience, and value. Whether it's the big game, business travel, a trip to Crystal Bridges, or a weekend getaway that brings you to Northwest Arkansas, the Inn at the Mill has a spacious room with ample space to spread out. And when I'm there on business, I appreciate the fast, free internet to keep me connected to work and the laid-back European-style breakfast to start the day. Experience unique and different at the Inn at the Mill, just off I-49 at the Johnson exit. Call 479-443-1800 to make your reservation. That's 479-443-1800 or visit innatthemill.com. The Inn at the Mill, where the past meets the present.
The Hit That Line Now app fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the tough there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally climbed the hill. It's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Game 3 at Ole Miss on September 13th. Tough freaking loss. Ole Miss returns a top-tier offense under Lane Kiffin. They stole lots of your guys and showed no remorse. Arkansas secondary will be tested, especially on the road, where they haven't won in Oxford since 2017.
Thank you, Chad, for that prediction on Arkansas and Ole Miss.
Chat GPT.
I hope you're wrong for this upcoming football season. You do get Ole Miss early, week 3, like he was saying, following the games against Alabama, A&M, and then Arkansas State in Little Rock. Ole Miss, Tennessee, Texas, and LSU are your road opponents this season, while Auburn, Mississippi State, Missouri, and Texas A&M are at home. It is again, you haven't played A&M at home since 2013, so it's kind of it's nice to have. Listen, I love going to Dallas. That was a fun trip for me, just because I've got a lot of Dallas friends. But the way that game always concluded was a living hell, and I think Arkansas fans are glad to have it back in Fayetteville, and Texas A&M fans.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm excited about going to College Station at some point. I mean, that's one of the iconic places in college football right now. I want to go there. So that's one thing. I mean, went the 1 year with Manziel, then the COVID year, but you only played there twice since Southwest Conference days, right? So, I mean, that's another road venue I think our fans will enjoy traveling to.
Speaking of road games, Colton, you were talking about Ole Miss, like during the break. Ole Miss lost a lot, especially defensively. Tennessee, new quarterback in Joey Aguilar. So I know, like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you should hammer the Hogs in either one of those games, but those games might end up being closer than people think.
Yeah, it's just those two teams have lost a lot, like you said, Ty. And also, I know that Neyland Stadium is a really, really scary environment. There's 102,000 drunk Tennesseans out there just ready to take your head off, but nobody is afraid of Vaught Hemingway by any means. And I know that's a primetime game for the Razorbacks, but I don't think that this is the same Ole Miss team that we've seen in the past. So that's where I differ from what ChatGPT had to offer this morning. Is I think that you can walk into Oxford and expect a really good game and potentially walk out with a win.
Yeah, there's only been one. I always say this. There's been one bad game in the Sam Pittman, Lane Kiffin battles in 5 years, and that was last year where Dart ate it live. Other than that, it's either been a really good game or Arkansas's won. And so I'm not going to sit here and tell you they're going to win week 3. But you do have a different perspective on the season if it does go your way, and hopefully it does. All right, so the rankings came out for NCAA tournament winning percentages of coaches in the SEC. Todd Golden's up top, being that he's only been here.
Didn't have many on the resume.
At 6-2, 75%. Cal's second, 59 and 23. And so as I'm reading this, I'm going down the list.
Which is more impressive, by the way, of those two numbers?
Oh, it's Cal.
Yeah.
But who is the best coach in the SEC? And is there a definitive one? Again, you've got Golden in kind of that Billy Donovan mode. He's early on in his coaching career. He wins a national championship at Florida. Cal's got the one at Kentucky in 2011. Bruce Pearl, Nate Oates have taken Auburn and Alabama to new heights of their basketball program. Barnes is steady Eddie in Knoxville. Chris Beard just gets the maximum amount out of his guys, whether it's in Lubbock, Austin, Oxford, Little Rock. The guy just knows how to win. Who's the best coach in the SEC? Basketball.
I don't think there is a definitive one. I think if you're an Alabama fan, you think it's Nate Oates. If you're an Arkansas fan, you probably think it's John Calipari. So let's make the question. If you had to vote for one that's not your guy, who would you say?
I would say Bruce Pearl. And I don't like there's
argue with
there's
that.
a hate for Bruce Pearl. I don't really hate Bruce Pearl. I hate Nate Oates and Alabama basketball more than I do Auburn. I just like Auburn as a school more than I do Alabama. But I would say Bruce Pearl. I don't think you can say Barnes. I know Golden just won a national championship, and you don't want to overlook.
He may
that.
become that, but he's not yet.
But it is interesting how.
I can't argue Pearl, but if I just want to push back and go a different direction, Nate Oates is a scumbag. Don't like him. But he wins.
I would say Chris Beard because he's taken Little Rock and Old Miss to multiple wins in the NCAA tournament. Those are not basketball schools.
And
so
he's
that's impressive.
He's got a winning record over Cal too, which is something obviously
we just proved how good this league is once again.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
that's where it's at.
We keep going. We didn't even really dig deep on that.
By the way, we were talking about New York earlier. Arkansas is projected in Joe Lunardi's June 24th bracketology to go into Buffalo, New York.
Oh my God.
Maybe the only one that watches.
Is there a seed on that?
Is
there a seed? Are we seeded in that? Or
yeah, they're a 5 seed. I'm hoping they end up in Oklahoma City or St. Louis, and then Chicago and Houston are the closest Sweet 16 sides, and then Indianapolis, Indiana is the Final Four.
All right, that's your SEC update brought to you by Oaklawn Sports. Talking about all the sports you can wager on. Still plenty going on right now. Major League Baseball's in full swing. PGA and Live golf seasons. Caitlin Clark making massive headlines with her second season in the WNBA. So don't think that there's no sports right now. There is plenty going on. Download the Oaklawn Sports app in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store and start wagering on all of the action. New customers can earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. So once you deposit, you're automatically enrolled. You get a second chance bet each of your first 10 days, up to $100. Even the 10% profit boost is there for new and existing customers. And funding? Never been easier. Debit and credit cards, PayPal, ACH. The list goes on and on. Venmo, yes. On-site cash if you're at Oaklawn, yes. It's easy with Oaklawn Sports. So Arkansas's best sports betting app, bet with a brand new trust. Bet with Oaklawn Sports.
The Thunder had their parade yesterday in Oklahoma City. I talked to a few people that went. Got also a chance to listen to Isaiah Joe this morning on Pig Trail Nation. It's just cool. How I'm taking the championship. At least that I felt. I feel like people in Little Rock felt the same way with Moses. Jordan Walsh wins with. Now he's a Texas kid, but he's still an Arkansas Razorback. And then Bobby Portis also is as well for Little Rock. It's like you almost feel as Arkansans you kind of sharing a little bit, and Zay kind of talked about that with not just Arkansas but Fort Smith specifically.
Fort Smith is home, will always be home. Born and raised. Fort Smith was so good to me that I didn't really want to get away when I went to college, so I just went right up the road. All the connections and the people that I made growing up, shaped me into the person and the player that I am today. Wouldn't be here without them. So just to be able to have this moment and be able to look back and say that I'm from Fort Smith, Arkansas, and I have a championship under my belt. But now that it's here, it's an out-of-this-world experience, and I'm truly grateful for the fact that I am from Fort Smith, and I get to have this journey and share it with them.
You think about Daniel playing at Washington, Daniel Gafford at one point, which is a heck of a long way from El Dorado than it would be from El Dorado to Dallas. Zay, Jalen playing in Oklahoma City, being Fort Smith. I mean, it's also
We've never had anything like this.
No, just from a regional.
We've never had a player in a sport win championships that really felt so close, like it was your team. And I don't know how people in Forest City or West Memphis or Jonesboro feel about this, but I do know how people in Western Arkansas feel. I know how this state would have felt if you'd have had someone from here go and win a Super Bowl with the Cowboys and been a piece of it. We've never really had anything like this.
What they have done, and I've been appreciative as an Arkansas fan, is they have made Arkansas feel like that they're a part of this championship, which is not. And Bobby did the same thing when he went on with the Bucks. Felt like Moses did the same thing with the Warriors. Two guys from Little Rock as well. That's cool. And again, for the last 5 years, it featured Razorbacks.
But the difference is, you were a Thunder fan. There were plenty of people here that were Thunder fans before.
Yeah,
Jalen and Isaiah showed up with the Thunder. That just made this even sweeter. So it was genuine that you wanted the Thunder to win. We rooted for Bobby Portis and the Bucks because we rooted for Bobby Portis.
Yep.
We didn't root for the Bucks. We rooted for Moses Moody or Jordan Walsh. With their teams, with Golden State or with Boston. We rooted for the Thunder and those two kids because they were part of us, and that's what made this, I think, connect a little more with a lot of people.
It would be like, so the best NBA player and maybe the best player ever to come out of Arkansas, Sidney Moncrief, had the best career, and you could argue both places. But kind of like Bobby, I don't know how many Bucks fans were here in Arkansas prior to Sidney being a legend in Milwaukee. And
none, and they were Sidney Moncrief fans.
Yeah, they were Sidney Moncrief fans,
which is okay. Nothing wrong with that.
No, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what Sam Presti's going to do. They got a lot of draft picks in OKC. I would just hope, like Isaiah just signed a 3-year deal in the offseason. Jalen's heading into his contract year, if I remember that right. I hope that there is opportunities for those guys to stay there long term if they want to, which I'm going to guess being, 2.5, 3 hours away from Fort Smith, that's probably what they want to do.
What they would want to do.
But
listen, you don't always get to make those choices.
Yeah.
They also want to play.
And again, one of the things I was hacked off about in Game 7 is like neither of those guys got even a single second. I'm thinking like, Dagnall, just like these guys have been key parts. Jalen Tallow at 3 triple-doubles this year. Zay shot over 40% to the three-point line. Just get him in the game. And obviously they got to take in the celebrations and hold the Larry O'Brien trophy and everything else. But just happy for those guys that they've, again, let us in and be a part of this celebration all together as Arkansas fans.
All right. So, hopefully they sign long-term deals and stay there a while. I'm with you because it makes rooting for the Thunder even sweeter. Time to talk about Gaston's for just a few seconds. We're talking about all the ways to cool off earlier in the show. One thing you can do is go fishing at Gaston's. Just dip your feet over the edge into the water at Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202 is their number. 870-431-5202. At Gaston's, you always have a first-class time because their service is second to none. Whether it's from the time you make your reservation with Cheryl or Jacob or any of the crew up front, to the time you arrive and check in, to how wonderfully appointed your cabin is and the housekeeping staff taking care of that, trips to the restaurant, and then, of course, the guides that make sure every day on the water is even more special. 870-431-5202 is their number. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Hey, this is former Razorback Jalen Williams, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Take your dining to a whole new level at Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant. You'll find the finest cuts of steak and the freshest seafood in an amazing atmosphere. Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant is at Chaffee Crossing, across from the Arkansas Colleges of Health Education on Chad Colley Drive. When your night deserves the best, call 597-4081 for reservations or book online at Toast. Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant, your destination for not only great food, but an amazing experience.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Do you need closure on your garage? Call Grit Garage Doors. Whether it's a new door, a squeaky closing sound, a broken spring, or just off track, Grit is who you can trust. With an unheard of 15-year spring warranty option, Grit is the team you can trust. Call Grit. There's no door Grit can't close. Local team, local service with honesty and integrity. Call Grit Garage Doors. 479-430-3667. That's 479-430-DOOR.
Insurance company throwing you a curveball? Are they crowding the plate and not offering you a fair settlement? If you've been injured in a car wreck, you need an experienced attorney to fight for you. I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions. Licensed in Arkansas and Oklahoma, no win, no fee. Call Mock Legal Solutions today for your free consultation. 479-769-1505. Real advice, reasonable price.
Summer is here, and Gelco Outdoors has the outdoor gear for you. Hiking boots by Salomon, running shoes by Under Armour, fishing shoes by Extra Tough and Under Armour, dry fit fishing and outdoor clothing by AFCO, Ariat, Drake, Hook, and Under Armour. Take advantage of the hot summer deals on summer clothing with buy one, get the second at 50% off. See store for details. For all your summer fishing, Gelco has the gear. Hunters, get ready for bow season. Gelco Outdoors, your one-stop summer store. 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Is your business's IT infrastructure secure? At Dixie Digital, we provide comprehensive managed IT services to ensure your systems are running smoothly and your data is protected. Combine that with Xerox, Brother, and Epson reliable printers and copiers, and you've got everything you need for success. Call us today at 783-6600 to learn more about our IT services and special offers. Dixie Digital Imaging, your trusted partner for IT and document management.
Forsgren is hiring immediately. Forsgren Incorporated, a heritage company and premier employer, is now hiring equipment operators, pipe layers, concrete finishers, and laborers. Have experience in any of these areas? Apply now at goforsgren.com. Don't delay. Forsgren is hiring now at goforsgren.com. Don't miss your opportunity to join the Forsgren legacy. Forsgren has immediate openings for equipment operators, pipe layers, concrete finishers, and laborers. Apply now at goforsgren.com. Forsgren Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, Ty Richardson from the Morning Rush, and I want to tell you what Linda, Joe, and their team are doing at Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant. Daily lunch specials come with a side and a roll, Monday through Friday from 11 to 3, just $9.99 each. Mondays is Mimi's Meatloaf. Tuesday is 3 chicken dinners. Wednesday is chicken fried steak. Thursday, Garrison Swiss chicken. And Friday, a Whippoorwill burger. 509 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith. Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant. Timeless Southern home cooking.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Game 2, Arkansas State on September 6th in Little Rock. Yippee. Win. Reason. While emotionally charged, Arkansas still holds recruitment and talent advantages. Talon and company roll, and there won't be an embarrassing press conference on Monday.
The recently engaged Talon Green. By the way, congratulations to Talon as he enters his second season as the Arkansas
Is that a
quarterback.
good thing or a bad thing?
I think engaged
going into the season.
Are we really going to
Son, where's your mind
dissect
at?
and diagnose?
Yeah.
That's a classic. That would be the most Arkansas sports talk radio station topic ever. Is Talon Green's engagement causing him to overthrow on third downs? We'll discuss next on the Morning Rush.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a good thing. I think we make too much out of sometimes what happens off the field in the personal lives of Arkansas athletics.
Scott, the tortilla guy on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Ty, have you been invited to Talon's wedding yet? Are you going to the wedding?
I'm probably not going to cop that invitation, Scott. I don't think. I guess we've had like one conversation, one or two. We talked about NCAA football.
I mean, you are the wedding guy.
I am the wedding guy, but now probably not going to get a wedding invitation to that.
Talon, if you're listening, I mean, him and Bo are big. But you may call Bo and see if I can get you on the list.
I want to be at weddings that people want me at.
You need a +1?
You already go to ones they don't want you at.
No, that's not true. That's why I get the invitation. I mean, that's.
I think Ruskin really wanted you there. I mean, really wanted you there.
I don't know. We had a great time. I felt like I got to meet his dad, which was his dad's a cool dude. Likes to play golf.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I think he did too. I still have his shirt.
I think he did. Yeah, I've still got my my T-shirt from in a drawer somewhere. Anyway, Andy's frozen custards. You think that's funny though? That is cute that you think everybody that wants you at their wedding. That is kind of
just getting bullied today on What's Your Beef Wednesday.
Kind of adorable.
Jeez.
Hey, Andy's Frozen Custards, Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, 2 locations in Conway, East Oak and Dave Ward Drive, also JFK Boulevard in North Little Rock, keeping you cool this summer with all your favorite flavors. I like the Heath. You go in there and you get the Heath bar crushed up, mixed up, and I like it in a vanilla concrete and a vanilla custard. They put that all together, and bam! I mean, that is a great afternoon or evening treat. The kids can get exactly what they want, whether it's chocolate, vanilla, or any of their favorite flavors. Get all the toppings and stuff mixed in there with their favorite candies. It's all at Andy's Frozen Custards. Download the Andy's app in the Apple app or Google Play Store. They can have it ready for you, and you can earn points as well. That's Andy's Frozen Custards, Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, Conway, and also in North Little Rock. Walk up or drive through. They're ready to serve you at Andy's Frozen Custards.
Jay wants to know what my annual wedding budget is. I don't have one. We just kind of swipe the card and see what happens. Worry about it later. That's a good philosophy to have, right?
I don't think Dave Ramsey would approve of that.
No. I love watching his clips from time to time.
I get a bunch of those on my reels where he'll tear into some people's hind end.
I was like, Dave, I got $40,000 of debt, but this new Razorback package came out, and I just had to buy it, and so I'm at $42,000.
Dave, where are you on collectives? Giving money to collectives in NIL projects.
Just like, because what was his deal? I remember us learning about him in high school, because his deal was that him and his wife used to put money in plastic bags or whatever, or envelopes, and that was, if that ran out of that budget, they wouldn't buy it. That was to me,
he made a couple million young, went broke, and had to build it back from nothing. That's really the essence of his story.
I've got a friend,
but it's just like anything else. Why do I weigh too much? Because I eat too much. I drink too much. I don't exercise enough. Why are you broke? Well, you don't use your it's generally not an income issue. It's a spending problem.
Well, David,
why is our country $37 trillion in debt? Well, it's not an income problem. It's a spending problem.
Disappointed sports fan wants to know if you make TikToks. We've made one. I forget what song that Tommy was singing.
My daughter, my wife thinks it's funny when I make TikToks with my 14-year-old daughter.
That's just being a good dad.
Yeah, we'll do the fit for the day or different stuff.
That's just being a good dad. Yeah. Imagine being the dad that doesn't do that with your father. I mean, that's just bad parenting.
I've never turned her down on one, but
not a single one.
No, she wants to make a TikTok. I'm in. I don't care.
Would you turn me down if I asked you to do one
Probably.
for us?
Well, here's the deal.
I do one for the show.
And I'm already like this with my nephews and nieces. If my nephews ask me something, I don't want to do it. I tell them I don't want to do it. But my nieces ask me something, and they're like, "Hey, will you do this?" I've never said a single no to either my niece or any of my nieces. 3 of them. It's just easier to tell a guy or a young boy no than it is when they ask so nicely.
You ever get your grill put together?
Yeah.
Who did it for you?
Buddy Mitchell.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mitchell.
You didn't do it. Is it a grill or a griddle?
That's a grill.
Gas grill?
Yeah, we need to slap a Richard steak or burger.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe you could go buy
wrap around with bacon.
I'd like a bone-in ribeye. What would you like?
I'm good with just T-bone. Fine with me.
T-bone?
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter.
Get you a filet or whatever.
Just grab something. I'll just eat it.
Oh, no, you're going to go grab it. 479-443-0000. Colton and I would like to have some of their house-made brats and sausages as maybe a appetizer. So if you could get that.
Okay.
I'll do their potato salad as a side. What side would you like?
Ty's buying, right?
Yeah, Ty's
all
buying.
The coleslaw you can get. Yeah, big
coleslaw.
tubs.
They do good beans and their mac and cheese. I know you don't like mac and cheese, but it's
Y'all
incredible.
can eat that.
It's all at maybe some gourmet burgers as well.
Okay.
Richard's Country Meat Market. Head over there, Ty. 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville. Online, richardscountrymeatmarket.com. They bring you What's Your Beef Wednesday. Party at Ty's house tonight.
Do you have your credit card handy, or how's this
No,
going?
I don't actually. I can't. I don't know where it's at.
Okay, we'll just settle for cash and give you something after the break. All right, that's going to do it for us here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday edition of the Morning Rush. For Colton Little, Tommy Kraft, I'm Ty Richardson. Halftime, Phil Elson, Matt Jones. Coming up next here on ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com and our Hit That Line Now app.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has a meeting